top 10 most expensive houses in the world. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Good morning, A-Luxers. Today we're taking a look at one of our most popular rankings. Each year, the folks at alux.com rank the most expensive houses in the world, and they've just updated this one. Although there were some incredibly expensive penthouses that might just have made it onto this list, we decided to look only at houses. So what makes the following homes the most expensive houses in the world? It has to do with the following things. 1. And the most expensive element factor, how much someone is willing to pay for it. 2. Costs of surrounding real estate properties adjusted to the size and living space the property has to offer. 3. Costs of putting the house together, interior and exterior design, along with extra features that might be in place. And 4. Historical value that gives the place intangible value, very similar to how a house can sell for millions more just because a celebrity lived there. With all that said, it's time to dive into the 10 most expensive homes in the world. Number 10. The Pinnacle, estimated at $155 million. The Pinnacle is the largest property in the Yellowstone Club, the luxurious community exclusive to the super rich. If you're looking for the most expensive mountainside residence, it doesn't get better than the Pinnacle. Heated floors, fireplaces, your own ski elevator, and staff standing by to take care of anything you might possibly need. This luxurious mountain retreat is currently owned by Edra and Tim Blixseth. Number 9. Franschhoek Villa, estimated at $161 million. Real estate prices in London have always been top of the line, several times ranking for the most expensive houses and homes around the world. It's no surprise that we find a Brit property in our top 10. A movie theater, an indoor swimming pool, a panic room, sauna, and a personal gym are just a few of the facilities this London-based mansion has to offer. Its prime location, the view, and everything else this property comes with is only suited for someone with at least 10 digits in their bank account. Number 8. Hearst Mansion, estimated at $165 million. Although there are plenty of amazing castles to choose from when looking for a residence, and if you watch till the end, we have a surprise for you. This one is rather special. This castle has 29 rooms. It was featured in the Godfather movie and was also U.S. President J.F. Kennedy's pick for his honeymoon. Priced at $165 million, this Godfather Palace is an exquisite symbol of what wealth can buy you. As of all of the homes present in our ranking, it's not something middle class could ever afford. The staff costs alone for 1 year usually go over what your average earner makes in a lifetime. The palace is currently owned by William Randolph Hearst trustees. Number 7. Ellison Estate, estimated by A-Lux at $200 million. Developed by Oracle founder Larry Ellison, the estate is a palace of heaven. The property stretches over 23 acres with 10 luxurious buildings to live in. Larry's life was inspired by Japan's samurai era, and you can see that in everything that's going around on the property. You'll find a koi pond, a tea house, a bathhouse, and plenty of zen-like places in which you can doze off and recharge. When you're the third richest person in the world, you can afford to build your own corner of heaven in California. Number 6. The Kensington Palace, estimated at $222 million. Bought by steel magnate Lakshmi Mittal in 2008 for $222 million, this property was put back on the market a few years ago for $260 million because he's looking for a bigger one. If he manages to sell, the deal will make Mr. Mittal close to $50 million in profit, and rumor has it he might close the deal this year, finally finding a suitable buyer. By suitable, we of course mean someone with $250 million just to move into a new home. Mr. Mittal hasn't bought a bigger property yet, but rumor has it he's going to build his own castle. Number 5. Fairfield, New York, estimated at $248 million. The Hamptons is the ultimate symbol of wealth in terms of positioning your summer properties, and although the square foot price has dropped only by a little since 2007, now we're seeing an uprising in prices. The largest property around is Fairfield, and we were shocked to discover it was only number 5 in this ranking. Positioned in the Hamptons, probably the most expensive neighborhood in the US, this property is so big that it has its own power supply on site. Totaling 63 acres, this 29-bathroom home is the ultimate real estate property in the area. It is currently owned by Ira Rennert, the American investor. Number 4. The White House, estimated at $320 million. Standing strong on the 4th position, we have the White House. We all know it, and according to real estate companies, the property would be valued at $320,364,354 if it were ever to hit the market. This is very unlikely, since it's been used as the presidential house since the 1800s. Although the place is not as big or luxurious as the ones to come, it certainly has plenty of historical value since the expected price. Something you might not know is that the White House is actually owned by the National Park Service, and it is exempt from mortgage or property taxes. Number 3. Villa Leopolda, estimated at $736 million. Well, that escalated quickly. The first property in our ranking to go over the $500 million mark, it so happens to be the most expensive mansion on the continent. Probably the most expensive villa in Europe, this 20 acres, $500 million house is currently owned by Mikhail Prokhorov, owner of the Brooklyn Nets. And for the price, you get one of the most incredible views in the world. During our research, we couldn't find one facility the place didn't offer, and even if something was needed, it would appear at the clap of the owner's hands. The other half is owned by Lily Safra, a Brazilian socialite that gathered a $1.2 billion fortune through 4 divorces. Number 2. Antilla, estimated at $1 billion. In many rankings, we have it listed as the most expensive home in the world, and with a price tag of $1 billion, it came really close to getting the title in our top 10 list also. Believe it or not, this 27-floor tower is a single residence. Built for the Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani, it took almost 5% of his net worth to be completed. Over 600 people are currently employed in order to function on a day-to-day basis, and we have to say, the place is incredible. Antilla has a special place on this list, because it should be ranked as the most expensive house in the world if we didn't look at the term house so literally. You'll see why next. Number 1. Buckingham Palace, worth $1.56 billion. The most expensive house in the world is Buckingham Palace, valued at over $1.5 billion. We know it's not your average real estate property, but we had to take it into account when concluding our top 10. Same as the White House, it serves administrative purposes, but the place once used to be the sole residence of, some might say, the most influential family in the world. With incredible historical value, the Buckingham Palace is valued at an astonishing $1.56 billion, if it were ever to be listed on the market. The property is currently owned by the British sovereign. We couldn't really include other big buildings because of the initial criteria we set up before we started. With that being said, we have a question for you. In which of these 10 most expensive houses in the world do you believe it would be the most fun to live, and why? Let us know in the comments. Because you stuck with us till this point, we promised you a juicy piece of info. Do you know Dracula? Of course you do. Who doesn't? Well, the entire vampire phenomenon was based on a Romanian ruler called Vlad the Impaler, and his castle is currently for sale. The place actually made it in the last year's top 10, but because of a drop in listing price, it now ranks on the 12th spot. We'll include a secret link for you to check the place out. It's awesome. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alox.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.